kingdoms collapse. Now anarchy reigns. You want it, you got it. Now anarchy reigns.
What's going on? You're tuned into another episode of the You Want It, You Got It podcast. Today, my guests are me and Lucian from Still Moves. What's up, guys?
Hi, I'm me.
Yeah, hi, me. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing today?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Like I said earlier, I'm trying to stay warm. Sorry to stay warm. It's cold as shit.
It's tough, man.
Man, it's freezing.
What y'all been up to these days?
What was that?
I said, what y'all been up to these days? I see you guys got a little project now called Still Moves.
Yeah, man. It's been busy. It started in 2022 with a couple other buddies. Just started kind of recording, kind of how we got it going and writing. And in the last year and a half, we've been gigging about as much as we can. Playing shows and kind of built up a live show we're pretty proud of with some other fellas now.
Obviously you guys are the two main individuals in the band. Who recorded on the album with you guys on your newest demo, or EP, I should say?
Yeah, Isaac does all the production and recording down in his basement. The basement he's in there. So maybe I'll let him kind of handle the recording and all that talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's Lee Miller's played on our albums, Andy Torian. This will be the first album or EP that we have Dalton and Michael playing on.
Cody Kirby was on drums on every.
Cody Kirby was on the last. Yeah.
Okay.
And then a guy named Bo Hunter played on the first album. And yeah.
Ben Colling sang on the first album.
Ben Collins sang on the first album.
Yeah, I couldn't find the first album anywhere. I've been jamming the newest one. Yeah, I did at work today, and then I did when I got home. Is the other one online anywhere?
Yeah, it's all on Spotify. They're EPs, I guess, not full albums. This is the last album is the first full album we came out with. We've got a EP. It's titled Henry. And then we've got another one entitled Until. And then we put out the album. We're already working on another EP too. Just started recording that last week. So hopefully get that out, some point earlier this year. It depends on how quick we get it going,
Well, that's the cool thing about it, being able to do it yourself. I mean, you guys can record whenever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and you ain't got to pay nobody.
Yeah. It's nice. We also had the Reeves brothers, Henry and Heath, play on the albums, and another fella named Barney Wells did some singing on our last album. I call albums and EPs the same thing.
Yeah,
I get them all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I call them demos still too. So
yeah.
I will say this, man. I on Testament, when that song ended, I felt like it's like an introduction, right? And then it felt like a Floyd song. You know how like a Pink Floyd song builds up, and then if you're fucking stoned out of your mind, and it just fucking dude, that shit was epic.
It's a big influence from us, so it comes out. Even we're not trying to. The Pink Floyd kind of comes out of it sometimes, which is, I guess, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. So how long have you two known each other?
Too long.
Yeah.
Way too long.
125, No, I think maybe Section 125 was the first time we actually gigged together, but we got introduced through Evan Bourne, the drummer that we both played with, and I was kind of looking for a bass player, and we started jamming in a band called Lone Waddy, which is kind of like a jam band. Did a lot of covers, and kind of got close through that, and then we ended up playing, and I joined Brother Ryan and Co., which turned into Fever, which Isaac and Evan were a part of, and Ryan and Cody Parrish. So, and then we started playing with that, just turned into different outfits from then on, and now now we're in Steel Move. So it's a long road.
Yeah,
Tough.
man, I like that Fever stuff, man. That was some good shit.
Yeah, man, that was a fun
Great
group. I think
Yeah.
I shared a video today of
Yeah.
one of the Fever videos.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Great, it's a great band, man. We've still got unreleased music too that we need to
Yep.
release to the people.
Yeah. Is
Point.
still jamming?
We haven't played. Fever hasn't played in a long time. We still play together. I mean, like Ryan sat in with us at Poor Man's the other day, and we still Evan will come and jam with us. Cody doesn't play as much anymore, but I know he, I feel like if we called him and said, "Hey, you want to come out and jam?" I feel like he'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, that's cool, man. So let's tell me about you guys, man. Like, so, Lucian, are you from Clarksville?
Yeah, born and raised from out
Both of you?
around Southside Cunningham area.
Okay.
Moved to Palmyra shortly when I was kind of younger. But yeah, towards Montgomery Central, that's where I went to high school.
Okay.
And I went to Clarksville High School,
He's a city boy. If you can't tell in his voice.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got that deep country voice,
Mm-hmm.
What kind of stuff were you guys into, like growing up, like music wise? What were you guys jamming on? And are you guys from a musical background?
My dad plays and sings, and we still play. Occasionally throughout the year, acoustic. We were in a band called Backlot Pickers. So yeah, since I was young, I was. He actually He picked up a guitar and started playing when I was probably 4 or 5, and he went ahead and got me one too. So we started playing around the same time. And yeah, so I was, since I was young, he was raising me up on the old kind of classic rock stuff and old country, Leonard Skinner, Pink Floyd, Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, all that type of stuff. And that's really what I listened to, so I was kind of getting closer to high school. In high school, I kind of went my own way a little bit, kind of got into more, I would say, heavier stuff, Black Sabbath and Queens of the Stone Age and all that type of stuff. I kind of got into that more. Just keep listening to, different stuff as I got older,
Yeah. I noticed seeing you over the years and the covers you do. Your covers are like you know a lot of fucking shit. Like you know a lot of songs. I'm like, dude, how does one remember all of these other lyrics from these other artists?
A lot of them you remember. Sometimes you cheat a little bit with the phone. You got that out there. If you know it already, you can kind of just cheat your way through it. But yeah, trying to get away from the. We do a bunch of the cover gigs, trying to do more of the original stuff, man. Just doing cover gigs for so long kind of wears you out a little bit.
Yeah. I think the first time I'd seen you is, I remember seeing you was at Section 125 when you used to come in with Cindy, right? And that was like.
I was thinking that might have been the first time that I had seen you. Did you work there for a little while?
Yeah, I was there every damn day, So.
Yeah, so yeah, I was playing or I was there either way.
I mean, come on, Keith took care of his boys. You know what I'm saying?
Keith was awesome.
I missed that.
I remember, rehearsing upstairs.
Yeah,
125. Yeah, that was.
It was either freaking hot as hell or it was cold. Depends on what time of year it was.
And that was in the bar itself too,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first time I seen you, and I was like, wow, I was impressed with you guys, and then I realized where she came from, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense,
we probably were playing every Wednesday for probably 5 or 6 years, probably longer than that, probably 6, 7 years. So that was just kind of the thing. I was always at Wednesday night for forever. That's what I was playing somewhere. If it wasn't 125, it was the Rebel House with old Gilroy.
Yeah.
For that, and then I went on to O'Neill's after 125 closed.
How old were you when you hooked up with Cindy?
Well, I guess when there were the Beagles, one of the first times I met her, I was like 3 years old. I was like dancing in front of the stage in my cowboy boots and shit or something.
You hooked up with Cindy when you were 3 years old.
I was doing some like little hop dance, and they call it the cowboy hop or something. I don't know. Obviously, I don't remember being 3. But and then I started working at Austin P, and same department as her, and I brought a guitar over and started playing at her house one time. With like a guitar pool, passing the guitar around, and then we just hooked up and started playing, gigs and everything after that. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Isaac? What about your musical background? Because you play a few things.
Yeah, I guess my first band was like a cover band. I was, I played guitar probably when I started when I was 15. I broke my leg on a 4-wheeler accident, and Dad, I tried the fiddle, but it wasn't worth a shit. And then a fella named Dudley Cobb, a family friend, loaned me his Yamaha acoustic, and started playing guitar. And then next thing you know, I get a guitar, and then I don't do it for a couple years because I went out on the road fighting bulls, and then I come back home and joined a band, and cover band. And then I hooked up with Tim Lynch, and then me and Tim went all over the country together.
Oh yeah. Was
And then
how long was Tim around before you hooked up with him?
wow, he was
He's
around
been
for
around.
a while.
He's been around for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd already been around for a minute. And we ended up we played. It was like a benefit at the Pea Patch, 15 years ago now, 12 years ago, something. No, hell, it's longer than that. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
First time I've seen you play Ike, I think was at O'Neill's, and you were with Tim. I might not even be 21. Maybe if I was 21, I was like barely 21.
Yeah.
And I saw you playing a gig with him there. Dang, it's the first time I've seen you play.
Yeah, I don't know.
What kind of music were you into growing up?
Man, growing up, really everything. My dad listened to, the Tattoo on Lucian's shoulder, Derek and the Dominoes. He listened all from that to Guns N' Roses. Dad picked me up from high school with Guns N' Roses blaring in his Grand Marquis with his tie undone a little bit. Had Paradise City blaring. I was a freshman. I'm like, Dad, what the hell, man? You know what I mean?
Now it's cool as shit. But back
he's got it wide open in the Grand Marquis. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But from that, and Mom listened to Marvin Gaye and Celine Dion, so I leaned more towards the Marvin Gaye end of Mom's musical taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you guys both have such a musical. I mean, you guys are so talented. I'm watching you guys, and Lucian with the different styles of music you sing and play, and then Isaac. From everything that I've seen you play and other things I found out you do play, like the steel guitar and all this shit. It's like, is that a difficult instrument, the steel guitar, or is it a slide guitar?
It's as difficult as you make it.
Yeah, just like anything.
Man, just slow down. Just slow down. I don't know. That's what I had to do for me to pick it up. Everybody obviously can, learn shit different, but that's what I had to do is just slow down a little bit and started clicking and research. I mean, you got to play the damn thing too. You can't just
find what tuning works for you because the lap steel you pretty much do an open tuning.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
There's only so many different options you got.
Now, for you, Isaac, was bass your first interest to play, or were you interested? Like, did you do guitar first? Or?
I did guitar, and then I started playing bass because we needed a bass player with Tim's band, and I don't know. I think almost hating playing bass because I wanted to play guitar.
Yeah.
It ended up opening me up to where I would just start experimenting with stuff while I played, and it's the bass too. If you keep it simple, and then you can throw a riff in here, and then the next thing you know, you break that riff down, and you actually have the groove. You can make your own groove.
Yeah.
So hating it made me like it more, if that makes any sense. Later on, it made me like it more. I started.
Yeah.
It's just like a woman,
Yeah.
You like them. No, I'm not. No.
So American Floyd, did both of you guys play in this project? Because I mean, I know it's been around for a good while, and then I've noticed Isaac, you were jamming with them, and then I saw you as well, Lucian. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Isaac started before me, but the last couple years, we haven't played in forever, but I say forever. We played in Myrtle Beach, 6 months ago maybe. But yeah, I think Isaac started on doing the lap steel parts, maybe some acoustic, um, and then went to bass, and then I joined first just doing acoustic guitar and lap steel, and then got to where I was playing kind of the second guitar and lap steel. But I just learned the lap steel parts. Isaac can actually play it. I just know those Pink Floyd parts. If he goes past that, I get a little lost.
But he's good at them. He's good,
Yeah. How is that project working with those guys?
Man, it's a great time.
I hate Mark Hawkins, and I hope he sees this. I don't like you, Mark Hawkins.
He's not gonna watch this. There's a chance. Yeah. But yeah,
it's great, man. It's like to me, it's not a gig you go out and you can't be about the money with that gig, but it's about just the group of people that you have. I mean, you can, and it might pay for your hotel room for a day after the gig or something, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's just going out with those people. It's a great band to go out on the road with, at least for a weekend. They are.
How long you been doing or how long are you guys? I mean, you guys are still in the band, obviously.
Yeah. We're actually playing the Downtown Commons. It's on the books for sometime in October. Well, I'm telling you now, Lucian.
I'm booked.
But yeah, we're playing the Downtown Commons. I don't know, sometime in October, maybe the first weekend in October.
Okay.
I have to check on that.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
that's pretty cool. How long have you been doing it with them?
Shit, man, I lose track of time. I think it's like 2 years, but it's probably been like 5.
Probably long. Pretty
It's
that was really cool too, man, because we played that Myrtle Beach House of Blues last time, and it's sold out, and with the light show and everything,
Wow.
it's kind of hard to beat it, it's fun playing on all the Still Moose shows, but sometimes you're not playing to a bunch of people. It's cool to see that reaction, be like maybe one day, we can get there with our own stuff, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Is it strictly just Pink Floyd stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
Straight Pink Floyd. I think like 2 years, last year, it was the anniversary of Dark Side. We played Dark Side front to back. Played some other songs, but at one point, we're going front to back on Dark Side.
Hell yeah, that's some good shit to play. Pink Floyd.
Yeah, that shit's fun.
Who are some of y'all's influences?
I mean, Pink Floyd's big. You can hear it in the music.
Yeah.
In terms of songwriting, man, like I'm kind of go all over the place. I mean, a lot of the music wise, I get stuff from Floyd and Leonard Skinner, but like lyrics, kind of like Jackson Brown, Jason Isbell, some of the Americana country artists. I feel like I kind of lean that direction when it comes to writing lyrics. Music's all over the place, man. It can be, I can hear a song, driving around, and then I don't even know it. That may influence to write a riff or something, a chord progression. So, yeah, the music it comes from all over, really.
So I see you guys have a couple shows coming up here. You got one at the Rebel House on the 15th, and then you're playing in Dixon on the 21st of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 21st is with Tim Lynch. Yeah.
Tim's going to play a set to open everything up for us.
Hell yeah.
That's the first time we've done. We played 119 quite a bit, that venue, but it's always been, either acoustic, or playing guitar. I'm playing guitar for somebody, or Ike's playing lap steel, or I'm playing bass. He's playing lap steel. I guess he's playing bass. We're just switching around instruments and everything. But that's a really cool place. The downtown Dixon scene, man. They're about the music, and there's a lot of places to play.
Yo.
Kind of makes you wish Clarksville would kind of take a hint, on something.
Man, it's like we had all these places downtown, and
I
There's
know.
nothing downtown to play. Yeah.
Anytime you find a place, you're like, okay, this is pretty cool. It's gone.
Yeah. Well, we got to quit saying it's a cool spot then, I guess.
Yeah, right,
I,
right.
I mean, first you got rid of Bruni's, and then
That was the start of the downfall, really.
yeah, and then
Kelly's is gone. That
yep,
was a great place to hang.
yep,
Great
Kelly's
music.
and yeah, Kelly's. You had the deli. You had
Yeah.
Kelly's was wild, yeah.
the deli was that place. I remember. I didn't go to the original location. I went. I went to it after obviously the tornado, but
Yeah.
that once it opened up, man, that's where I was at all the fucking time. That's where I met Keith for the first time. Was at
Yeah, I know he was a bartender there for a while. That was like right before I turned 21 is when Front Page Deli kind of closed down. So I didn't really get a chance to.
man.
My dad played there a bunch since I was like 18. I went in there and I could kind of see, but I wasn't like drinking or anything. It would kind of like let loose a little bit. But I know
Yep.
that was the place to go back in the day.
Oh yeah. I mean, even when you were underage, people were going in there drinking. I
Oh
mean,
no, I probably could have. My parents being there. I tried to.
yeah.
I was a good kid when I was younger. I tried to.
There was a rumor one night that we were there. I think Tim Lynch was playing, or maybe the Holt brothers were playing. I think. And this limousine pulled up out front, and Rosanna Cash came in and watched them play, and then dipped out. And it was like an hour before I got there, and they were like, "Yeah, you just missed." I was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, I don't know if that was a true story or if it really happened,
Yeah,
But,
maybe.
Yeah, that's who was really a regular all the time at the deli, were the Holt brothers. They were there all the damn time, man.
They're good.
Yeah,
they're
they good.
I'm still buddies with Jeremy. I mean, I never knew his brother that much. Jared, I knew Jared, and I know Jared in the band. He was a great guitar player. Yeah, and Jeremy's a hoss too.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that's all. The Holt brothers and Tim Lynch are the two names that I always remember back during that when I was always at a deli.
Yeah.
Mike Robinson played there quite a bit back in the day too.
Oh yeah. He's still playing, isn't he?
No, he passed away.
Did he?
Mike
Oh,
Bryant.
Never mind. I forgot we had.
And they played together, for a long time. But Mike Robinson passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember the benefit show. Now that you said that,
yeah.
I was thinking of August Christopher. That's what I was thinking of, and I don't know why.
Yeah, he's playing. I think there's some new stuff, but I think was it Chris the singer? He's playing drums for that Journey tribute band.
That's right. Yeah, I did see that.
Resurrection, I think.
Yeah.
Where's
that?
Great
drummer. I've never heard his drumming, but everybody that I've talked to that I trust in music say he's a badass drummer, and I want to hear his brain drumming, not playing Journey. You know what I'm saying?
He's a hell of a singer, frontman too.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, they played one of the last weekends at the warehouse before they closed down, I think. I believe. But did you guys play one of those last weekends, the Sousapalooza at all?
I think we played the night before Chris and them play. I think Chris and them played the last night, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I've got the ticket.
You survived what did the ticket say? I survived the last show. Yeah. I got one.
I made it to the last call. Yeah, I've got the ticket up here. Hey, shout out Mike Souza.
Yeah,
for doing what you did for the music scene in town for so long. Shout out.
Yeah, Peter played there quite a bit, man. That was warehouse was always a fun time.
Out here. But there's a bunch of venues on Franklin Street back in the day. You had what was the place called? It had a skate shop in the back. It was called damn it, not the Star Lounge.
Oh, it was the Sundown Lounge. Sundown Lounge.
No.
Isaac's got a hat. Okay, one of the
wait, was the Sundown Lounge on Madison Street past Walmart?
I'm not positive.
Oh man,
that was kind of ahead of my time. But I know my dad and all of them, they went to like Texas East, Sundown Lounge, Brary, which was the parking lot across from the Gilroy. I guess that's where everybody used to go back in the day, So
and I think the Brary got taken down because of the tornado.
Really?
I think that's when it was
Yeah.
you know,
But
because then
it almost felt like the warehouse is, I talk about how Bruni's like the first one to kind of go, and then all the other ones started going after
mhm.
that. It feels like warehouse is like the last one standing, and now that that's gone, it's like we get Rebel House is really the only place now. Wicked Good, does
Yeah.
original stuff too that have like original
Yeah.
shows.
Well, the warehouse. The fucked up thing is that it's been 2 years now, and it's still there, still standing.
Oh,
I know.
we talked
It's
about shooting a music video in it, like
that'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
yeah.
It's
So
it's obviously somebody wanted to buy it before it got too expensive, and then they're gonna build their little condos, I'm sure. But man, we could have had 2 more good years in that damn venue.
I don't know. I know.
That's- you know. But yeah, yeah, you're right. Everything just keeps going down now. Like you said, the Rebel House is cool, but Dawn's so busy with all kind. I mean, I love it the way she has it, but you can't play there all the time unless you just want to
Oh,
go
I
and do
know.
the
And that's
open.
what we struggle with. But we got a gig booked there in February, but we've had to kind of wait. Because we could. I mean, we love working with Dawn. We love to play her as
She's
much as we
great. Yeah.
can. Can't play the same place all the time because people are gonna be like, "Well, I can go see him next time."
Yep.
Same
Yeah.
issue always ran in with the cover gigs when I was doing the Wednesdays. You play every Wednesday for 7 years, 8 years. People aren't going to come every Wednesday because they can see you a month from now, any time. So
Yeah.
got to try to move it around and play different places, which we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Because
can start like sacrificing chickens on stage, and then maybe everybody will show up to see the madness.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do that for you if you want me to. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
I'll
yeah,
just
you
get a
bet.
cut.
We need a good chicken sacrifice.
Chicken man.
Yeah. Be like,
No,
dude,
we're not gonna do that. Hang on, I gotta go again. I gotta find my damn phone charger. My phone's dying. Oh, hang on. I got it right here.
This is what I got to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. But no, like Dawn, like I was about to say with Dawn, I love what she got going on, man. She's a great person. She's just super sweet. And Tuesday night open mic night. I've seen a lot of bands just set up there now on open mic night and just jam.
And that's
cool.
the thing that you do. It's really whatever you want. You go there and do like spoken word, rap. You bring a track, everything. That's all good to go. So it's open, and it's really the only place that does it. And they've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I mean, because I think she was working at the Gilroy, and then when the Gilroy closed, she ended up.
Right here, Randy owned it, and she was working.
Yep.
She started managing, and once Randy shut down, I guess she just kind of took over shortly after.
Well, I'm glad she did, because otherwise there wouldn't be really much for any of these bands, and it's great to see that Clarksville has such a thriving scene that there's so many fucking bands out here now, and so many people that play, but
so many customers,
there's nowhere to play, and that's the bad thing,
Yeah, go to Nashville or Dixon or house parties. There's a lot of people throwing. The Flamingo Valley, we played there. A few months ago, and they had that like once a month or once every 2 months. So that's cool, but it'd be nice.
Where's that located at?
It's a house over kind of off of Memorial Drive, and they just they kind of throw parties every month or every 2 months, something like that, which is really cool. But it's also be nice to have a venue that maybe once a week. Rebel House is there, but another one or two other venues. I'll go to Rebel House, this week, or I'll go to this other venue to see original music instead of just having to go hear cover bands, which I'm a lot of times one of the cover bands playing, but I'd rather hear, original music than somebody sing somebody else's song the whole time.
For you guys, obviously, because you guys for Still Moves, like you couldn't just. Is it harder for you guys to get gigs doing original music here in town than it is if you're doing covers? Because considering you guys know the venues, but
Yeah. I mean, we probably could. I mean, we could go in there and say we're playing all original stuff, but it just seems like in the town, a lot of the places I play, the covers are what they want to hear. I'll sneak in. We play cover. Me and Isaac will play cover gigs, acoustic. And we'll play a bunch of covers, and I'll sneak in originals. And there's a few people that that get into it, but I think there's a lot of people that just want to hear. Well, I don't know that song. I want to hear Wagon Wheel or whatever they want to hear.
play wagon wheel.
Yeah.
You know, you got something we can dance to.
Yeah.
Tom Petty, which I'm cool to play Tom Petty any day.
Yeah. All right. Let me ask this question then.
Yeah.
What is it? What is a song? Because it has to have that you guys play, but you're like cover song wise that you play, but you're just like, I don't want to play it, but you know you have to play it.
Whipping Post.
Whipping Post.
Yeah. That's a
And
good
War
one.
Pig.
Though. That's a good one though. That's a good one.
I like
There's-
playing War Pigs. We do it kind
Yeah.
of different every time. You know, War Pigs is cool, but you know.
Yeah, Whipping Post. Whipping Post is one that, like, when we first started doing it, it's like, fuck, this is so cool. And it's still, you know, we find moments in it, but we've been playing, when you play at every cover gig for so long, and sometimes I won't put it on a set list, but, you know, somebody will walk up and ask for it, and you got to do it. The War Pigs, we kind of do it different.
Man, I'll tell you, I tell you what, I want to play, what's the damn song we was just talking? Wagon Wheel. I want to play Wagon Wheel. Because I haven't played Wagon Wheel in so long because it has become that whole thing. Like, you don't play that song. You know?
There's a song by Jason Isbell called Codeine, and it's very similar to Wagon Wheel. A lot of times people will ask for Wagon Wheel, and I'll start playing Codeine.
You'll start playing it.
Wagon Wheel's coming, and then I sing Codeine, which is completely opposites. You know, it's talking about something completely different. Same chords, and then they get pissed off. But that's only I'm just being an asshole.
I guess I haven't heard a Wagon Wheel request in a long time.
Yeah, we can play this weekend. I don't give a shit.
We need to play it. Do it in
Friday at
the
O'Neill's. Friday at O'Neill's and Saturday at neighborhood pub.
You know, I've never been, like, I lived right down the street from Poor Man's for like 8 years and never once went. I've lived in this town for 32 years and I've never been there.
Man?
And I know everyone that I know so many fucking people that have hung out there or been there or goes there. You know, it's like, I've been. I'm an elitist, man.
You've gone this far. Well, you can't change it. You know?
I'll hang out at Subway and this
just listen to the music through the wall. Which the Subway's gone now. It's a barbershop.
Jesus Christ. That's how long it's been since I've been on that side of town.
Yeah. The laundromat's still there. So you get the laundromat.
No, the laundromat's gone too, man.
I was there.
The sign's there. The sign is there, and so it's out on the interwebs. Somebody, Matt Powers, a buddy of mine that played.
Yep, Matt Powers.
Yeah, you know Matt.
Yeah.
Matt brought up the idea that we need to start a GoFundMe for that laundromat sign to get fixed, get the original neons, because that laundromat sign is an awesome neon sign.
Oh yeah.
Even if there's not a laundromat there, like, somebody needs to open a bar. If Poor Man's ever closes, open the bar and call it the laundromat.
Yeah.
Like, where are you? It's the I'm at the laundromat. Like, it would.
Which one?
You tell your wife, you say, I'm going to the laundromat. Oh shit, you know.
Exactly. Well, it's like they used to have the library. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You could even have.
I'm going to the library.
You could even have some washers and dryers in the back. So, you know, get away with do a little bit of clothes while you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. It smells like beer, all the bar towels that we wash all the time.
Yeah. It's crazy because Clarksville, for as old as this town is, there's only a few like old school neon signs left in this town. You know? Like the Vacation Motel, that's still there. It's great. Yeah. And I've seen pictures of what it used to be. Like, it still looks what it looked like, but it used to be a restaurant in the front and all this shit. And it's like, and now it's like rent by the week. And it's like,
Ozzy just got a pretty cool neon in his basement.
Hey, what you get?
When they show the people.
A Jam City neon.
That's cool. Where'd you get that at?
Buddy of mine, Robert Phillips, got it for me from an auction. Yeah, he found it at an auction.
I've wanted to get myself this made in a neon, but then I saw how much this shit costs, and I was like, I'm cool with the vinyl banner. It's all right. All neon.
But this one I ended up taking all the clips are broke on it, so I had to wire tie the damn light to it. You know, it was already wire tied to it, but it was and I just cleaned it up, took them all off, retied it. You know,
you wire tied to the wire ties, right?
Yeah, mainly, and a little duct tape, and it's set.
Oh yeah, Once you put that duct tape on there, it's good to go.
Yeah. Until a drummer throws his stick and it breaks it. But we'll see. We'll hope for the best.
Y'all practice. Y'all jam at your house.
Yeah.
It's a little tight with the 5-piece with the piano, but we make it work sometimes. Recording wise, it's perfect.
Where did you say you're gonna be at this weekend? O'Neill's and Poor Man's.
Well, I was at Poor Man's last week. Friday, we're at O'Neill's. Me, Isaac, and Barney Wells, this singer guitar player from Dixon, hell of a talent. And then Saturday, just me and Isaac at the neighborhood pub. It's like Rick Rita's little joint. It's kind of going towards like Woodlawn.
I think it's Stevie's.
Is it Stevie's?
I don't know. Rick could be part of it. I don't know.
Oh, so it's called. What was it called before Neighborhood Pub?
Allen's Gun Shop.
Where was AJ's bar?
AJ's is on up back toward town.
It was a boat shop for a little while, wasn't it?
Huh?
It was a boat shop for a little while, right? I think it was my cousin's boat shop. Like probably 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago.
What,
where neighborhood pub is.
Oh, no, that's right beside the boat shop.
Okay.
Allen's Gun Shop.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, the boat shop. Tailwater Marines right next door.
Yeah, okay. Cool. That's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
It's cool that O'Neill's pulled back up, opened back up. It's another place to play again. Because O'Neill's was closed for what? O'Neill's. Exit 1 is O'Neill's, right?
No, it's
O'Connor's.
Yeah.
O'Neill's is used to be the Hickory Stick on Madison Street.
Yeah. The Hickory Stick. Wow, I forgot about that name.
Yeah. What was it before? I'm trying to think.
Choppers.
That's what I remember it as. That's the first time I remember it being that. I think it was like way before that. I think it was like a convenience store, like a small convenience.
Yeah.
I used to manage the Carmike 8 when it was there before it closed down, and I would go after work or on my break. I'd go over to the Stick and go get a beer and then go back to work.
Yeah.
That's the old days. But yeah, Chopper. Yeah, probably Choppers.
Yeah, I don't think I ever went into Chopper. I was a little bit too young, but O'Neill's, they've been around for a while, and I mean, it's music normally. I mean, normally 3 or 4 nights a week, So there's not a lot of places doing that anymore in Clarksville.
Fuck no. How's it for you guys playing at? How's it for you guys to play at the Wicked Good? You guys like playing there?
It's been a long time since we played there. Well, we did the Grateful Dead thing. You remember that?
No, yeah, we did a Grateful. So yeah, it's another tribute band. We're in a Grateful Dead tribute band. As much as I talk shit about covers, I'm in 2 tribute bands and I play cover gigs all the time. But yeah, we did a Grateful Dead tribute show there. We played a show at the Rebel House, and somebody hired us to do a party at Wicked Good as the Grateful Dead band. So we played there. We played fever shows there back in the day, but we haven't done an actual Still Moose show. It would be good.
Jason's a good dude, man.
Yeah, man.
Man, I ate down there today.
Did you?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Had the Green Monster.
I learned not to eat there before you play. Like I got me a nice fucking Italian sandwich there. I'm eating it. And then we're going up next. And as soon as I hit that stage, man, I got the bubble guts real bad.
Oh yeah.
There was no jumping around at all. It was standing still, walking around because no.
Keeping it together, man. Keep it together.
Squeezing them butt cheeks.
Yeah, man. That's the worst, man. Being on stage in front of a bunch of people, then all of a sudden either you got to number 1 or number 2, and it's like heavy, and it's like, oh man, these last 3 songs are gonna suck.
Yeah.
Nobody else in the band has to take a leak. You know what I'm saying? And you're just standing there like, oh, it hurts. The worst is playing outside in the fucking summertime when you're fucking sweating, because you don't know if you fucking shit yourself or if it's just water running down your fucking. My God.
Did you guys play Possum Stock last year?
Yeah, we were there last year.
Yeah.
Put on the Saturday. That was a good time, man. That was probably one of my favorite shows of the year in terms of just the energy. I feel like we were kind of on that show. The crowd, wasn't that at that time wasn't crazy packed, but I feel like everybody was into it. It was a good time. The setup's cool. This now we're having the stages going back and forth. It feel like it's running really smooth. Cody's doing a really good job.
Dude, he's a great dude, man. I had him on here probably about 3 or 4 months ago,
and
I
listened to that podcast. I listened to that full one. I was sitting there. I was doing some work, and it came out, and I threw it in my headphones and listened to that whole podcast. That was a really good one.
Yeah, it was one of the last ones I actually did live in person at my house.
Okay, cool.
But he's such a good dude, man. He's hardworking, and that was actually my most listened to podcast last year was him. Go figure. Yeah. But what he's done for the youngsters in this town, he's pushes them, he's doing this fest every year, and then he basically picked up where the coup left off,
Yeah. And Tour de Ville too,
Yeah.
That's too, so
yeah. Tour de Ville are pretty cool, man. I have never been to one, but I've played one before, so
yeah, they're a good time.
Maybe I should get me a bike one year and go do it.
Yeah,
but
we played. Yeah. I guess we were at the Mom and Dad stage last year, in between Mom and Dad's and the Evil Nash.
Yeah, Lloyd's a good dude.
Yeah, I'm down there today. Yeah, Lloyd's a great dude, man.
Yeah, he I know him since high school. Actually, he's when I graduated, he was a freshman.
And what a band!
Which one?
The damn
Possum Holler.
Yeah, Possum Holler. Thank you.
Yeah.
That man. What was that song? I want to look that song. Man,
All Dust is one. It's a fucking banger. But there's a few on.
Oh no, there's a whole bunch, man. But I can't remember the damn name of the song. I'm gonna have to.
I know they shot a video and the guitar player from Lamb of God's in it. In their video,
he's just hanging out in the video.
He's dressed up like the devil.
Oh shit!
Okay.
because apparently he found them somehow on the internet and fell in love with them and was like, holy shit, and got in contact with them and checked them, came to Bowling Green and checked them out because they were only just playing Bowling Green for like forever, and he came to one of their shows and then they shot a video together and he was in the video wearing a devil's mask or a devil's hood. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen that video, But Lloyd had a bunch of good bands back in the day, man. Shit, he's a talented little cat too.
Man, he's doing a great, like his photos and shit he's been doing now. I feel like I think he could do anything and he'd pick up and be the fucking hell of a talent at it. He's got it in terms of creativity. He's the dude. I
just saw a photo of everybody at Bill McDonald's gathering and he was there and I was like, this motherfucker doesn't age. Like he looks the same as he did when he was fucking 18 years old,
Right.
Just a little, just a little more wrinkly, but he still looks like Lloyd,
Right. Yeah.
He's definitely one of the guys that I remember. That's when I was like, wow, you can play music. Like this dude was cool, man. And I was like, he was younger than me, but he had a band back in the day called Bum. So what's the plans? What do you guys want to do this year, man?
I'm trying to play Bridgestone here by hopefully in the next couple months. That's the goal.
I mean,
our plan is really, to become millionaires. Last year, the taxes were going to tear us up.
It's been our goal for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, we thought it'd be a good year for it, but we were like, nah, we better not make a shitload of money. They're just gonna, So we're hoping for a better year this year, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well,
we're, I don't know. We're kind of looking, look play. I mean, we've been playing in Nashville quite a bit last year. We kind of got our feet in the door on that one, but maybe trying to play some other places. Really trying to open up for some bigger names because I feel like a lot of those gigs we did in Nashville this past year were kind of like headlining gigs where we're bringing our fans, but we're trying to make we're trying to gain fans in Nashville, not just bring our people out. Which we'd love to, but we're looking for more from some different audiences, to get in front of. So trying to find those gigs, maybe opening up for bigger names, or maybe doing some runs out of town. If we can make it profitable, not profitable, just kind of make our money back. That's really what we're looking for. And record, that's the main.
Because there's kids everywhere. There's kids running around everywhere that need something at all times. You know what I'm saying?
And they need some still moves.
Yeah, we're trying to help the kids.
Well, I'm talking about our kids running around. We can't just go in a hole every day.
Yeah, I've got 2 kids.
Yeah.
2 kids, and Ike just had his first. So
yeah, well,
we got
congratulations. Yeah, well, I was about to say still moves it for the children like Wu-Tang is, but I mean,
I guess we definitely are.
Yeah, you guys still are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I titled this as Slim Moves. Slim.
Moves. Yeah, I see it. It's really a better name. Slim Moves. We'll just change it.
There you guys go. Still Moves no more. It's now Slim Moves.
Yeah. I like it.
Well, so now obviously networking, I'm sure networking in your world is the same as, networking in the hardcore punk world. Is there like other bands like you guys or similar or in their surrounding areas that you guys could like link up on and do like a week run on?
There's a lot, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot, but so many other bands, I don't know. Sometimes I don't think we've even still found our sound. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we are all over the place, but that could be our sound. So it's finding a band that has the Pink Floyd elements or the straight country elements. Like we could go play with any of these bands. I feel like, if people just want to hear some good songs and good music, you know what I mean?
Well, what I heard, off this newest EP, I feel like you guys could fit in with a whole variety of genres. You know what I'm saying? You guys have that feel and that vibe. I think you guys, bring that. It just those songs have so much energy to them, and that's just the recording,
Right.
And if you gave that same if that same energy came off, any crowd would be happy and be like, oh, okay, these motherfuckers get down. Like that intro, that Testament, man, it was like, holy fuck. I felt like I was at church.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the one. I mean, it kind of seems right now, it kind of seems like a struggle because I feel like I was talking to us about this the other day. Like, if we send our stuff off to like a country act and they happen to listen to one of the heavier songs first, if that's all they listen to, they're like, well, this band doesn't fit,
Yeah.
Instead of going down the list and being like, well, maybe they could do a country Americana set or vice versa. A rock band hears a country song and they don't think we can do a rock set. We can really do both. But I feel like, if you don't really listen through the whole catalog, you don't realize that, But yeah, I mean, once we play live, I feel like, people, kind of can figure out we can do both, but just trying to get our stuff out there enough where people can kind of hear us.
We've been playing the cover gigs long enough to know when the crowd would want a fast one and the crowd wouldn't mind a slow one. You know what I mean? And you can do a cover gig and go from playing something upbeat, you know what I'm saying, to go to playing, He Stopped Loving Her Today. And it's fine if they know it, but then you start playing your original music and it's all over the place. But it's still, at the end of the day, you have a crowd to entertain and you want to entertain with your music. But, so we know when to break it down. Lucian does a real good job at making the set list. I think that, it's just natural shit. Starts with the bang, you slide on into something a little easier and whatever, and you leave with a bang. You know what I mean? And it might be a different type of music that we're playing, but it's still either banging or not that banging.
Oh yeah, I mean, everybody has good stuff and everybody has bad stuff. No,
most of ours is bad because Lucian does a terrible job.
That's
right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought bad means good, man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what the cool kids say.
Okay. Oh.
That's what that's what LL Cool J used to say. Bad meaning good. Oh, that was Run DMC.
LL Cool J, man. What about that dude? That dude had some rhymes, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, LL Cool J was a badass.
He was young. He was like 17 years old and was like the dude. You know,
I know. He had some. Yeah, he was the dude, man.
They said they say Mike D or one of the guys from the Beastie Boys had found his cassette in Rick Rubin's dorm. Like he was just going through some cassettes and put it in. He was like, "Holy shit!" And then and then all of a sudden he listened to it and they called him in, and from there he just blew up, man.
Yeah, man. Started writing rhymes.
And then he started doing the Oscars, and people made drink or Grammys or whatever they're called, and started getting a drinking game. Every time you lick his lips, you take a shot. You're pretty fucked up the first 30 minutes, you know.
I always do the drinking game. It was Roxanne. So you take a drink. You know, by the end of the song, you drink like 3 beers. You know, so you get to go. Then you go to bar.
Oh,
look,
man.
You drank right when I said Roxanne.
Can't help it, man.
It's habit. It's in his blood.
That's a good drinking song right there. No, do you guys who did your logo?
John Duncan, which I can't believe we haven't mentioned him yet. He's done a ton for us, man. He did the logo, and he's done tons of video. Basically, probably the majority of photos you see and video you see is John Duncan. He's just a hell of a talent. Plays guitar, plays fiddle, sings a little bit too. Needs to sing more, but he's done a ton for us, man. You know, through our whole run and everything. He did actually the first EP cover with Henry. That was all him, you know. And some other stuff too, you know. He's kind of, and even if there's something that I kind of come up with, like a logo or something, like the second EP, I sent it to him, and he did some editing to make it look right, because I don't know how to do all that stuff. I can do a little bit, but if it's anything I can't figure out, I send it to John, and he, you know, gets it straight.
Now, the cover of Henry, is that who that is on the cover?
Yeah, that's Henry Reeves. He passed away a couple years ago, so yeah, that's him on that one.
Yeah, because I was looking on that. I see the until's pretty cool. Flower.
Yeah, that was some picture my buddy sent. Was like basically straight down on a plant, and I just threw some filters on it, and then send it to John and do some other kind of editing on it. And then he took the picture of the album cover of me and Isaac.
Is that who this is? Is that who that is? Like, is it on this new one? Is that who that is?
On the cover, yeah. the queen looking, two people. Yeah, that's me and Ike.
Oh,
I don't have a hat on, and yeah, he don't have a hat on either. So
gotcha. That makes total. Yeah, now I went like that. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, people looks way different without a hat on, man. I tell you.
I know, man. Hats do it.
It's like makeup, you know.
Well, I think the last time
my hair is just a freaking mess. It's just been so bad because it's been just so humid and not humid and then humid again, and I just don't know what to do with it.
I've got 2 kids, so I haven't taken a shower in like a week and a half. So
no, I think I would say Isaac didn't have that long hair when I would see you at 125, you didn't have long ass hair.
The video he posted, I hadn't watched it in forever. A Fever. We were actually upstairs of that. It was at some place on Franklin Street. We were in the upstairs of it. It was kind of like run down. I guess they were doing construction on it, or whatever. But you have a buzz cut in it. I've been having a buzz cut forever, but you had it for the longest time.
Yeah. My whole life it was buzzed.
Same with me. It's like my hair was buzzed until 2018. I started letting it grow out, and I kept it for like 6 years, and then I went back to buzzing again, and then trying to let it grow out again. So
that's kind of what happened with me. There was a point where I had it down. I don't know, it was about here, but it was straggly here. It wasn't, and Yeah, it was that weird stage of hair.
You gotta
And,
know. You gotta know your
yeah, and then
limits.
I shaved it all off. And then I shaved it
we're-
all off. And yeah.
We're three dudes talking about hair.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what people want to hear.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. This
So
is
what kind of shampoo do you use? You know.
Yeah.
same soap that I wash my balls with.
You gotta recycle the oil, right?
Yeah, it's
That's
the
right.
same
Right. It makes
thing.
it grow. It makes it grow better up here.
Hey,
Yeah.
for real, everybody always talks about their skin getting all fucked up, and then they put all these chemicals and all these lotions and shit on there. Like, hell, just get out and sweat a little bit, let it soak in for a minute, then wash it off. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
get the salt comes out. It's like a man-made scrub, you know.
Yeah.
Throw some
Yeah.
union on it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what else you guys got to talk about? What I have a question for you. I'm going to ask each of you. Let's start with Isaac, because I'm sure you're gonna give me some crazy answer. Whoa, get that eye out of my face. What's one of your favorite movies? Comedy.
Oh shit!
I had to break it down to comedy because sometimes there's so much.
You said
more
a
out there.
comedy?
Good
Yeah.
comedy or okay. All right.
Man,
I mean, if you wanted to mention the porn, that's fine. You could do that too.
man, I don't even watch that shit. It's a letdown. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta watch the right stuff, man. I'll send you some links.
Well, hell, you can't watch it now. They banned it.
No, you can still find
Did
it.
they?
Man.
No, I have a link.
Yeah, Pornhub.
Send the link. I don't know, man. You said the favorite comedy.
Like if you get stoned, what would you want to watch?
Shit. I don't know, man. Like a favorite comedy, something to laugh at, something. Man, it's not really a comedy, but it is like Oh Brother Where Art Thou. I think I would watch it just for the old Southern, Southern comedy. Just I don't know. Yeah,
soundtrack was good too.
Oh, the sound! I was talking to that with Chris the other day. How good that damn soundtrack is, man. Thomas Earl King doing that "Hard Time Killing Floor Blues" by the fire. And man, that track, when you listen to that track, it's so good. Oh, what T-Bone Burnett, I think, produced that whole
all this production and everything.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. Was it George Clooney, right?
Yep.
George Clooney.
Yep.
Now he didn't actually sing in that movie, did he? He was all lip syncing.
No, it was Dan Kaminsky singing.
Yeah. Did all his parts. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What about you, Lucian? What are you in?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Comedy wise,
or anything.
There was, well, so like whenever I was growing up, we had like a basement house. Whenever my buddies would come over, and then my parents actually owned, and I ended up living there for a little while. We used to get hammered, and then whenever we would crash out, there was like 2 movies we had, and it was always Wedding Crashers and Basketball.
Okay.
So those are
that
I watched.
Yeah,
I watch. I mean, front to back, I know all those. I love Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
shit like that. I mean, all the the old Will Ferrell shit like that. I mean, I'm big into that. Even like the older stuff, like Animal House. I mean,
Animal House is still good. You know,
hell yeah.
I can watch Animal House right now and just love it. Favorite movie of all time, man. What?
The damn first Cheech and Chong was good. Up in Smoke.
Oh yeah, I can quote that from start to finish.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I like all the other ones, but man, that whole movie is it's almost perfect. I don't, the Big Lebowski. It's just
Big Lebowski. Yeah, There Will Be Blood is my favorite movie of all time. We're talking about like drama. There Will Be Blood is my favorite movie.
Hell yeah,
that's a damn good movie.
I watch that shit like once a year. I bought it on YouTube and I watch it every now and then.
You said. I thought you said Will Ferrell for a second, but have you guys on Peacock?
You wrote a song about Will Ferrell, actually.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. Does it have more cowbell?
It does.
We need more cowbell.
Well, no,
it wasn't about him, but the cowbell was about him. So it was.
Well, here's the thing, though. On Peacock, they have a documentary about SNL. There's like 4 or 5 parts of it, right? One full 45-minute episode is about the cowbell skit, and it's fucking. They're like they're like, we
I
got
could
a
see
fucking.
though. It was
It's the #1 skit ever on SNL, the most viewed skit ever.
100% probably is. Yeah,
But
I mean, it's
yeah,
the one that
Christopher Walken on there too. You know what I mean?
I feel like somebody that doesn't watch SNL, that would be more likely they would know that scene than any of the other.
Yeah,
That's what they're
Cowbell.
saying. Yeah.
It's
well,
almost to me as famous as the "I need more snare in my headphones." Like if I
Yeah.
ever say that around, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows where the hell that came from. You know.
I know the saying, but where did it come from?
Eminem.
Yeah.
I need more snare in my headphones.
Okay.
I'm cleaning out my closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It is a lot bigger than that. Yeah, I think
Telling
yeah.
Eminem. Yeah. Hell yeah.
You like Eminem?
I don't know. I like good music.
Yes, that's what I say.
Pretty much what Eminem always put out was good music, especially when he was with Dre and
He just his new album is like a concept record where it's the first part of the record is Slim Shady, and then Slim Shady gets murdered by Marshall, and then Marshall does the rest of the record.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then if you listen to it backwards, it's like Marshall is losing it and then becomes Slim Shady again, and then it's weird, but it's a good album.
I heard it's better than I heard his last. I mean, really the last few things he's put out with I haven't really liked, but I feel like I've heard that the new one is maybe not as good as the old stuff, but it's more closer to that.
It's like the like the Marshall Mathers album. It's like that one, it's like in that era. It's good, but because I like the last couple albums he put out weren't great, but this one's really cool. I like it, man. He's a bucket list dude. I would like to check him out.
Yeah.
Hell
yeah.
I missed him when he was here with like Limp Bizkit and all those dudes back in the 2000s. I think it was called like the Up in Smoke tour, maybe. No, it wasn't Up in Smoke tour. It was whatever. It was a Limp Bizkit or Corn Fest, but he had like Eminem was on it, and I think like Method Man and Redman were on it. I can't remember the name of the Family Values, maybe. I don't know. I could be making that up.
I always didn't wait too long, man. I always said I'd go see Tom Petty.
Oh,
and then it was like the year that he passed away. He was in Nashville, and I was like, I'll go next year. The tickets I waited too long. Tickets were too expensive, and then ends up passing away. You miss out on it, so sucks.
Yeah, I got to see him in '95, and
oh hell yeah.
We were going to go to a graduation party for my friends because they graduated. And then this chick was like, "Hey, you want to go see Tom Petty?" I'm like, "Later, y'all."
Tom Petty. I love you, Carolyn Golden.
Had to be a great. I mean, it's a great show all the time. But in '95, he's probably like in his. That was right after like probably Full Moon Fever.
So, yeah, that was what what was that? Mary Jane's Last Dance album. That's a great album.
It's a great album.
Yeah. When I saw him, the only thing that was on the stage was just like a silhouette of a tree, and that was it. Didn't need nothing else. Just a silhouette, and it was him, his band, and it was at Starwood.
Hey, cool. I got a question for y'all. Now this is my radio show.
All right.
What was y'all's first concert you ever went to? And I'll go on and tell you mine. Mine was Earth, Wind, and Fire at Starwood Amphitheater.
That's dope. Who's with them?
Mine was a Starwood too. It was Leonard Skinner. We talked about it before.
Skinner. What was you?
I was like 4 or 5, whatever. Front row.
Mine was David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth. Yeah. All right.
Who was playing guitar for him?
Dude, I don't fucking know. It was 15, 16. This was in Germany in like 89 or 90.
Like one of those dudes, either Satriani or Steve Vai, like played.
It was Vi played with them on all his albums.
It might have been. I didn't know yet.
Yeah, like all his solo stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to look now, but it was fucking great. He was like old as shit, still jumping around. Well, I guess he really wasn't that old, because that album came out in So it was 90 when I saw him.
It was 90 when you saw him.
Yeah, and it was Jason Becker was on guitar. Wow, okay. I didn't realize Jason Becker played with them. I think Jason Becker, that's the guitarist who, let me see here. I think
David
he's like,
Lee Roth's his solo career is so weird because obviously he did all the rock and shit with Van Halen, but then he started doing like the fucking like Sinatra and like that type of singing, Louis Armstrong type stuff.
It's awesome.
Great,
He,
it's all over the place. Yeah,
yeah, because but I think
but you can hear
even
the
though,
influence of Van Halen stuff too. Like his vocals, you kind of
oh
hear that.
yeah, though I think his solo career was, even though Van Halen had a huge career, they didn't have, not all their albums were successful albums, and I think his solo career, everything he did on his solo career for like the first 4 albums were all solid, and they all had bangers on it. He had hits, and hits, but
They were
now
so cool, all the like acoustic style songs that they would always do. I don't know. Always.
Yeah.
Well, you got Van Hagar or Van Halen, or you got David Lee Roth or Hagar, and
I would say David Lee Roth every time, even though he's an asshole. I mean, I'm sure Hagar's an asshole
definitely.
too.
David Lee Roth. Yeah, David Lee Roth made. He didn't make it solely, but when you have that tool to work with, you can build something different than when you have a Hagar tool. And Hagar's shit's cool, but
I think Hagar's thing always is he would say he was a better singer, and he may be technically a better singer, but David Lee Roth was a better front man.
Yeah,
and I think he wrote better songs. Hagar wrote. I mean, songs just talking about his dick the whole time. Like there was no substance. David Lee Roth. There may not be a bunch of substance, but there was more there with David Lee Roth to me.
Yeah,
I like David Lee Roth more.
I will say this though, Sammy Hagar still sounds fucking amazing.
He does. Yeah,
he's like,
he's got a great voice.
He's like what, 74? I think 74.
He
75.
sounds better than Vince Neil.
Vince Neil, yeah.
I mean, at least off the TikTok videos. I know, bless his old heart. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I saw Motley Crue with it was Motley Crue and Alice Cooper at the Bridgestone a few years back. It's been a while back, like probably 2012 or something. But Alice Cooper blew them out of the water, and they were the headliners. And Alice Cooper just does. He's like Joan Jett. If it ain't broke, why fix it? So just do the same set.
Yeah, she still
that's right.
She plays all the time,
man.
I got to see her open up for the Who at Bridgestone.
Oh yeah. How was the Who? I've never seen the Who. Were they
phenomenal?
Yeah.
Well, let's go back. I mean, have you seen Motley Crue?
Me?
Yeah.
He was Motley Crue.
Yeah, I saw Motley Crue. But I saw them later. I didn't get to see them in. Oh no, scratch that. I lied. I got to see them. It was the very last show at Starwood. It was Motley Crue and Aerosmith. It was the last show.
Okay. So when it was still Motley Crue,
yeah. And here's the problem though. I was so pissed off at my ride because Aerosmith was headlining.
Hell yeah.
And you already know how it was getting the bridge or into Am South or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
Starwood, Am South.
Yeah.
When you got that exit, you're stuck on that windy road. So as we're stuck on this windy road, I hear fucking and then Kickstart My Heart plays. And I'm like, motherfucker, like, come on, we got to get to this fuck. Cause that's one of my bucket list bands from a kid. Because when I was growing up, I was a hair metal nerd. Still am.
Oh, yeah.
But we finally get to the parking lot and I'm running. It's pouring rain. I'm running, man. I didn't give a shit. Lost my friends, but I got to see the last 3 songs of Motley Crue and then Aerosmith, which they're Aerosmith.
They were.
But yeah.
That's
what's
awesome. Motley Crue.
What's one of the coolest concerts you've been to?
Me?
Yeah. We'll go with you.
Well, I mean, my first one, man, and that was really the top, man. It's like my mom started me at the top. Yeah. At Starwood with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Sinbad was the MC.
That's cool.
Yeah, man, it was pretty cool. You just talking about a big party, like everybody just dancing with everybody, cutting up, having a good time. It was.
Did he have on a jumpsuit?
Yeah. From what I remember, I was young. But from what I remember, he had on the windbreaker, big sweatsuit.
Yeah.
Earth, Wind, and Fire is still going strong. My parents saw them either last year or the year before last in Huntsville, and my mom was like, I was up there just dancing along and having a good time. I was like, what you supposed to do at a concert, Mom? Because her and my dad didn't do shit until my dad retired, and now they go to concerts left and right. They went to see, they saw Skinner last month or last year with like black smoke, black cherry something. No, something like that.
Blackberry Smoke, probably, yeah.
Yeah. And but and then they saw Chicago, and my stepdad got mad when they went and saw Chicago because they played all new stuff at the beginning, and he's getting pissed. They took an intermission. He goes, if they come back and they don't play no fucking hits, I'm leaving. And then the rest of the show was all the fucking hits. You know?
Yeah. Do you like yacht rock, Russ? Do you like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right.
Christopher Cross.
I was playing Little River Band earlier. Talking about Will Ferrell.
That yacht rock documentary. I think it's on HBO. I need to watch it.
Yeah.
I think there's like a whole episode on Steely Dan, which is I watched that shit.
Everybody wanted to be in Steely Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to be in Steely Dan, didn't they?
I think everybody was. Wasn't there?
A whole
and nobody was at the same time. Yeah, they were and they weren't.
They weren't.
Wasn't there a rumor that like Chevy Chase was like was a drummer?
He was in a band. He was in a band with the two members, Donald Fagen and whatever other guy starts with W. He was in the band with them when they were young, and then they went off and did Steely Dan. I don't know if he went off first to go do comedy or they went to do Steely Dan, but they split up, whatever. And they went to go be Steely Dan, and then he went to go be Chevy Chase. So I guess it worked out, for both of them.
It's wild because like us finding out just kind of later with the internet and shit, but I would never have known that he was a fucking drummer, just like.
No.
I think I saw something probably a few months ago about the same thing you saw, probably. Yeah.
And like, crazy. Bill Burr, the comedian, he's a fucking drummer. Yeah.
He also flies planes or like helicopters or something.
Yeah. He was. Crazy. I watched him on a podcast yesterday with Howie Mandel, and apparently Billy Corgan and him may have the same father because Billy Corgan's dad was like a traveling musician and shit, and was fucking women all up and down the coast and stuff. Mm-hmm. And Billy Corgan's mom said to him one day, he's like, Bill Burr, the comedian? He's like, yeah. She's like, there's a good chance that's probably your brother.
Oh shit.
So
that's crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then you look at them. The only thing they both look, they're both bald, but
Yeah, and Billy Corgan's like a foot taller than him. So
yeah. They maybe got it from his mom. Maybe his mom's side,
Maybe
got it from his mama.
Yeah.
I actually saw Earth, Wind, and Fire at Bonnaroo for about 2 songs, and then I passed out because I was super stoned. But they were fucking killer for the 2 songs that I saw them. They're really good.
I got to see. I didn't get to see any old cool bands like that, but I got to see Jermaine Jackson, the Jackson that nobody cared about. He was.
You cared about it. That's all that matters.
I was just like, oh, it's cool at the Jacksons. I watched it. It was like when we lived in Germany. It was like on the army base. They in my dad's hangar. They like the USO threw a party in there, a concert or whatever, and Jermaine Jackson was one of the main guys. And then the next week we got to see Charlie Daniels. So that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Charlie
played Rivers Inspires.
The CDB.
Yeah. He was that. Now that was the Charlie after he changed all the lyrics, right? Then he changed the lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Charlie. Yeah, that was the old Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One cool thing I saw at Rivers Inspires was the Prince Michael Jackson tribute band. Well, no, scratch that. It was Prince and the Time cover band, and then the year before was Michael Jackson. They're separate.
I actually opened up for one of the Prince bands at the Downtown Commons. Prince tribute band. I think it was not this year, but maybe 2 years ago, whatever. But the guitar player, singer, he pulled out his guitar, and I saw he was like, they're playing the solo where he's supposed to be ripping. And I'm just standing there. I'm like, I don't feel like he's playing the shit right. It wasn't even plugged in. He was just playing. So it was like all the solos were tracked in.
So there was a rumor where Prince didn't allow Prince cover bands when he was alive. and apparently there was the band that the tribute band that played at the Rivers and Spires. He actually okayed for them to be a Prince cover band because they did it so well. He felt,
Yeah.
and I'm
Well,
like,
the one that did it last year, because we opened up for a Prince. So it's crazy. This past year, we opened up for a Prince tribute band was a different Prince tribute band than 2 years ago. The one that did it last year, they were on it. Like it was right. I
Point.
mean, the other band was good, but you can't come up with a fake guitar and
no,
not play the solos. It's like I was out for that.
He looked exactly like Little Richard.
What was that?
Prince looked exactly like Little Richard this past year.
oh, that's
He
funny.
looked like Little
Oh,
Richard.
the one this past year? Oh, okay, yeah.
He looked exactly like Little Richard, man. I'm serious. He's missing his calling.
I will say this though. I got to see Prince twice, and it has to be. I mean, there's no other answer, but that's my favorite concert. Because Prince.
Yeah.
I got to see him at Nashville, the auditorium, and then I saw him at Bridgestone.
Man, I'll tell you another concert that I saw that blew my mind was a band called the Deacons. And we saw them play at Wicked Good Sandwiches, and that's one of the that sticks out in my mind.
It was on a show with a fever show, man. They were like, it was like they were locked in.
Man, it was good.
Yeah.
No lights,
like
no shit on. It was just a band playing their damn songs, and it was awesome.
I hate when you see bands that are so good, that they can do something, and then you don't ever hear from them again. They could have been something, and then they're just like, where'd they go? And then they just called it quits because I think
they broke up. Yeah, not too long after that. So
it's a hard business to do. Like trying to be in a band, you're either in or you're out. Because if you're in, it's hard work, man, and especially if you want to be a band and like you guys. I mean, you guys have the cover things if you want to do it, but you guys want to go on more than the covers, and that's where
I think this helped us with like the long run with me and him is it's kind of me and him, but it's now it's kind of getting to where we got more people like Michael Davidson, Cody Kirby, and Dalton have been with us for about Michael a little less, but probably for about a year. So now we're kind of getting to a situation where it's like there's a little more people, a little more more people to talk with and try to get everything right. So that's going to be something to deal with. But I'm looking forward to it. I like they're great musicians and everything's worked out well so far. So, but up until the last year, it's really kind of been me and Isaac kind of going. So it's really just if we have something to bitch about, we just bitch at each other about it. So.
So those dudes are your touring band, your live show band?
I would almost call them probably part of I would say they're members of the band for sure now because it's just, I mean, if we book a gig, it's them, and especially now that we're going to record an album and all 5 people are going to be on it. So, I would say definitely probably turning into members now, which is really cool. It's nice having a full band,
They better tighten their ass.
Yeah,
that's what they better do.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad Isaac did.
Yeah, leave it to me to say it.
That's right.
Oh man. Well, gentlemen, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but I do appreciate you guys wanting to do this and taking time out of your hectic schedule because I know you guys are busy.
Yeah, kids, man, they'll do it.
Mine are still in storage.
Keep them there.
Yeah, trust me, I will. Is me frozen?
Yeah. No, he moves around all the time. There's no way. Yeah, I think he's locked up. Perfect timing, right?
Yeah, right. Like, man, it's quiet. No, okay. Well, fuck.
Yeah, it's
yeah, he really. Oh, he's gone. Well,
yeah.
I guess I was gonna say whatever.
You could see it was ending, so he wanted to be the first one out. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Oh, fucking, he's trying to be the cool kid in school. Well, send me guys. Oh, I guess I'll wait a second. Well, I mean, since Isaac decided to leave, I guess this is gonna be over. Lucian, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate taking time out to do this. Anytime y'all want to, Yeah, man. Anytime y'all want to come on, just hit me up. I like to talk. We can talk about anything, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I'll holler at you, man. Yeah, nice talking with you, and I'll let Ike know you said the same thing.
all right, man. All right. Yeah, I'll give you 1 sec. All right.
All right, you good.
Later.